My name is Marcos de Matta, and my nickname is Parrumpinha. I'm 35, and I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 21 years. I started training jiu-jitsu in 1987 at Carson Gracie Academy in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, because Carson knew me from, he used to go to the beach and see us playing beach soccer and foot volley, and he always tried to get me involved in martial arts, but I never wanted. So one day I said, you know what, this guy keep bothering me every single day for me to go to his school, and I never wanted to do it. As a Brazilian kid, I always wanted to be a soccer player. So I said, you know what, I'm going once, maybe twice, maybe a week, just to prove that I don't like it. And he's going to leave me alone, and I just want to come back and do my soccer. I got addicted, and 21 years later, I'm here and teaching in the U.S. Definitely the guy that influenced me the most in my career was Mauri Bittetti. He was the one to, pushing me hard to do judo, to do jiu-jitsu, and he was the guy that taught me the most my entire life. I think two things were really what got me so good. First one was getting so many techniques from Mauri. He's one of the best guard passes that I've ever seen in my career. And then back in the day when I was still a white belt, I saw Mauri passing everybody's guards, and this guy is amazing, And the other part was meeting Alvaro Romano, which got me really fast and technically jumping from side to side with my balance, so with his natural gymnastics, I got the chance to do what I like to do and have more variations from side to side. Well, I moved to the United States in 2002. Liborio was invited by Dan Lambert to create American Top Team. And he came back and we had a meeting. He said, Parrumpa, I need someone that I can trust, that has technical knowledge to build American Top Team Jiu-Jitsu program. And I need you there. Would you be interested to come to the U.S.? So after 3 months, I came here. And then from there, I've been, helping Liborio to build American Top Team Jiu-Jitsu program. Well, teaching kids is, right now, I think is the best thing in the world. But it's funny because before I moved here, I never taught kids in my entire life. I never did. Just because I didn't have the patience. I was young. My best ability is to make champions. My best ability is to get people that already know some jiu-jitsu and get them to be champions. That's what I like to do the most. I like to get the advanced guys to know how to compete, to teach them strategy, to teach them how to be tough. That doesn't go along with teaching kids, which you have to have a lot of patience, you have to have a lot of, it's more like playing, make them feel comfortable with you. So after 2006, I started teaching the kids, and it was the best time of my life. Now I have 23 kids with me every single class, and we have a good time, even though sometimes I'm really hard on them, but that's what still the Parrumpinha, trying to make them tough instead of the Parrumpinha playing guys. So I leave the playing time for Ted, one of my kids instructors, and me sometimes being the rough on them. But now it's the same amount of joy that I have teaching the fighters than teaching the kids. The achievements that I have as an instructor that it's proud of me the most is the World Championships. That's nothing that you can achieve more in gi than to be a world champion. So I had 3 world champions before I came here to the United States, and now I have 2 of them. So that's what makes me train those guys, to push those guys every day. The other part is obviously the MMA part, that you can have, that I had someone that was really rough. She had lost her first fight, and she had really came to my hands without knowing anything, with 3 weeks ahead another MMA fight. So I said, what can I do with this girl, So we trained her, and she came on top of it. She, won. So that's the second part of good achievement. That was when Jessica won her first fight with me and kept coming and trained with me. As a competitor, obviously, my Jiu-Jitsu World Championship is the first one. The second one was a super fight that I had with, in my opinion, that one of the best Jiu-Jitsu guys ever in Leo Vieira. I beat him in a super fight. It was not a tournament, was not money, and back in that day, you know, it was like more like proud to see who was the best, you know. And back then, Leozinho was like killing everybody. He got two of my teammates, he killed the guys. And I was just got my purple belt to fight him. And I was really scared. This guy's the best in the world in my weight division, my belt, you know, he was already like a beast. And I could come on top and beat him. That was my second. And the third one, I would say that my MMA fights, you know, because, you know, it's hard to be already as, not old as in old, but like I have like 21 years, you know, training hard, already being a coach, and come out of being a coach and start, you know, doing MMA and have my MMA, you know, fight. So those three achievements I really look up to. It's funny because I never thought that I would fight MMA, because when I wanted to fight, it was not MMA fights in my weight division. It was like when I was in my 20s. And after that, I had a lot of back injuries. I have my body really weak, and I couldn't even possibly think of doing the trains that the guys do. But then I started training with the guys. To train the guys, I had to train with the guys, you know, train guys like Jay-Z, Aurelio, Pitbull, but training with those guys and actually doing good against those guys. I said, you know what, I can do it. And Banky, our conditioning coach, he maybe did the most significant part, which was get my back strong to do all this training. So training with those guys, have Banky on my side, pushing me in my conditioning and my lifting was the most significant part of trying. So that was how I got involved with actually fighting MMA, because I was already involved in coaching MMA for like almost 10 years now, you know. There's no shortcut to success but the hard work. If you're not on the mat training hard every single day, you know, at least 4 times a week, you're not going to be good. Why? Because there's people around the world, in Brazil, in Australia, Japan, training 6, 7 times a week to beat you. So if you want to be good, you have to train hard and think that your opponent is going to train even harder than you. That's going to push you even hard. You know, do the drills, do the techniques, train hard. If you think you're tired, go one more. You know, there's no way that you can get good without, you know, getting your gi wet every single time. Jiu-Jitsu changes everybody's life. It's from one way to or the other, you know. I always was the skinny, short guy that got picked on at school. And I started doing Jiu-Jitsu, my confidence got me a little better. I started talking more and start winning tournaments. And people will look at me completely different, you know. Oh, that's not the short guy anymore, that's Parrumpinha. But I think the most important thing is whoever gets involved with Jiu-Jitsu, you know, it changes your life. You know, it's lifestyle. It's not only a martial arts. That's the best way to describe Jiu-Jitsu. You know, you can like change yourself for the good, you know, always having a positive attitude, you know, and use Jiu-Jitsu to get your life better.